Green just a few nights ago. The officials are Bill Eck, Luke Schumer, and John Campbell. Miami in the white uniforms and the Chippewas in the burgundy. And the Redhawks have the basketball to begin play.
Yeah, in Central Michigan, you talk about the run they're on, not just 3 in a row, but I think it's 7 or out of their last 8 or 8 of their last 9. I mean, they've been really playing well here.
This is Makai Cooper with the basketball out top, running the point for the Redhawks to Darwishi Hunter, around to Bryce Boltman, and down low it'll go. Marambo double teamed out top to Cooper. He'll penetrate to the elbow, feed Boltman, 5 to shoot. Boltman a little hesitation, and now Cooper from the corner hits the triple. No hesitation on the part of the freshman Makai Cooper.
Yeah, good job by Miami with the rotation of the basketball. They knew the double team was coming on Marambo, and that's what happened. Able to skip it around the perimeter and get an open jumper.
Out top, Harding gives it off, and feeding down low. They wanted to go back to Harding from Derek Butler, and he wasn't looking for the basketball. So the first possession ends up in a turnover for Central Michigan. They turn it over about 12 a game.
Yeah, the Chippewas that time. Harding turned his back, thought the shot was going up, getting positioned to rebound, and the ball just sailed past his ear and out of bounds. So a break for Miami. We talked about it. Central Michigan does turn it over. Miami has to make them pay, though, when they do.
Cooper out top, gives it to Ian Elmer, another freshman on this team out of Cincinnati. That pass knocked away, and this is going to be an easy, fast break for the Chippewas. All the way down, laying it up, and in is Caden Vasco.
Yeah, that time Miami just not very strong with the basketball. They have to do a better job of valuing it themselves.
Boltman with a head fake, drives to the baseline. He gets into the paint, turns from 8, is going to be short with that one, and the rebound he is out of there to Harding. Ahead with the basketball comes Anthony Pritchard. He can do everything with the basketball. Gives it to Taylor and gets the ball back.
Yeah, that's taken a lot of the pressure off of Taylor because he is a wonderful player as well.
Down low it goes to Harding. Double team comes. Taylor out top. Lost the handle. Gets it to Vasco. 9 to shoot for the Chippewas. Vasco a little loose on the handle. He's going to lean in. Tries to go down low. That pass stolen away by Marambo.
Yeah, Vasco got himself into no man's land. Had nowhere to go with the basketball. Try to bounce past to Harding. Just not open.
Marambo all the way to the basket. Took Harding right to the hole and scored.
Yeah, he bowled his way through the lane and then used the left hand to keep away from the defender and was able to get the easy layup, and Marambo off to a good start.
Pritchard out top, guarded by Darwishi Hunter for Miami. To Vasco on the left side. This is Pritchard driving baseline. Bounce pass to the corner, shot on the way. It's an air ball by Brian Taylor and saved from going out of bounds by Marambo for Miami.
Yeah, just a line drive shot that really never had a chance.
Hunter, top of the key, around a screen. Gives it to Marambo. Fakes the 3, drives right by his man. A little head fake, reverse layup is partially blocked by Brian Taylor. Good defense there on the weak side by Taylor.
Yeah, 2 great moves by Marambo to get down to the lane, but you're right, Taylor made up for it with the block.
Vasco fakes the 3, gets to the baseline, feeds out top to Taylor. Pritchard, he fakes, drives, steps through with a Euro step. No good, but a foul will be called. And it is going to be on Ian Elmer, his first, team's first. That'll send Anthony Pritchard to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, Pritchard with the fake, and he got his defender, that time Cooper, off balance and then drove right around him and just looking for contact and flipped it up.
Pritchard, 74% free throw shooter. Chippewas as a team not great at 67%. In their victory over Miami back on the 23rd of January, they shot it lights out though. Free throw is good by Anthony Pritchard as for Miami, Reese Potter comes in, 7-foot freshman, 7'1" freshman out of Kentucky. And into the game for the Chippewas, Aiden Rubio, sophomore out of Flint, Michigan.
Now you talked about that first meeting. Let's be honest, there wasn't much they did wrong, and Miami on the other side couldn't seem to do much right. So should be a little bit more balanced, hopefully, here this afternoon, and in for a treat of a basketball game, I think.
Reese Potter finds Boltman breaking to the basket, who lays it off the glass and in.
And that's what Miami's big men do so well. We've talked about Marambo doing it last year, but even this year, Reese Potter, a great passer from the post.
Into the paint, shot up and in by Brian Taylor. Nice move.
Yeah, at 6'6", Taylor is very athletic. He is able to get off an array of shots, and that one in the lane, he just popped up.
Boltman, right corner, three is good. Back-to-back buckets by Bryce Boltman.
And that's a good sign for the Redhawks. A couple of threes here in the early going. Cooper and Boltman each with a triple, and starting already shooting much better than they did in that first matchup.
Rubio out top gives it to Harding. He'll hand it off. Taylor now with it to Pritchard. To the right side, Rubio. Looking for Harding, can't get it to him. Spins back to the baseline. Now Harding with it on the block. Goes back to the corner, and the three by Rubio is no good, and the rebound grabbed by Reese Potter of Miami.
Yeah, as a team, Central's only shooting 30% from behind the arc, and that's not one of their big parts of their game, and Miami leaving them open so far early.
Boltman leaves it for Hunter. Now Potter, wide open, right wing triple is good. Great ball movement by Miami.
And we talk about the bigs of Miami being able to pass. That's the other thing they can do, especially Potter is almost dead eye from behind the arc.
Big man shooting above 50% from beyond the three. Whistle and a hold off of the screen. Makai Cooper will get the foul, his first and the team's second. And we have our first timeout of the ball game. Miami with a 13-6 lead. You see Brian Taylor with a little floater in the lane for his first two. And for Miami, Reese Potter just checks in, says, give me the ball, coach. I'm going to drain a three for you.
Live sports.
I want to go outside again. I want to sit back with the windows down and
Walmart Plus members save on delivery, gas, plus so much more. Join today.
I'm bougie. I'm like $7 bougie.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut. Choose your $7 faves 7 days a week.
Because it's only a deal if you love it.
No one outpizzas the Hut.
Sickness can spread fast, but with Lysol, you can go into protect mode. For the things you touch, nothing kills more viruses on more surfaces than Lysol disinfectant spray. And when it comes to your laundry, adding Lysol laundry sanitizer kills 99.9% of illness-causing bacteria detergents leave behind. Lysol, what it takes to protect.
Spam and eggs and noodles. That's one steamy love triangle. Sizzle, pork, and
The Stanley Cup Final on ABC and ESPN+.
College basketball on ESPN+, brought to you this afternoon by Skyline Chili. Feeling good, it's Skyline time. A look at the Freedom Summer 1964 Memorial on the Miami Western campus commemorates more than 800 volunteer civil rights activists who trained at the Western College for Women, which is now Miami's Western campus. These activists were trained to register African-American voters in Mississippi and to handle potentially violent situations. Tragically, 3 of those volunteers that were trained here in Oxford, James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael Schwerner, were killed in Mississippi. 13-6, Miami out in front. Central with the basketball. This is Anthony Pritchard out top. Bounces it to Taylor. Free throw line jumper changed by Potter as he got a piece of it. Miami with the basketball. Boltman driving to the baseline against Pritchard. Gets it out to Bradley Dean, who just checked back in. Taylor picks him up defensively as he backs out near the timeline. Keeps that dribble and now gives it to Boltman with 15 to shoot. Swinging around to Evan Ipsaro, who is in the game for Miami. 10 to shoot. Out to Jaquel Morris. Almost a fresh 5 out there, and that'll be a foul on Pritchard. And that's a lucky break for Miami as he went in over the back of Dean. Anthony Pritchard's first, team's first. Miami was down to 7 seconds and wasn't making a whole lot of progress toward the basket.
No, and both of these teams, we see it already with Miami going to the bench. Both of these teams will use their bench significantly, especially the Redhawks, one of the top teams in the country for bench scoring.
Ipsaro open from the right side, misses the three. Dean chases down the rebound, fires the triple, doesn't get it, and the rebound on the weak side grabbed by Central Michigan. That is Taylor with the rebound. Gives it to Pritchard. He'll work around a Harding screen, give it to Vasco, an illegal screen by Pritchard. That is going to be 2 quick fouls on Anthony Pritchard.
Yeah, and that's a huge break for the Redhawks. Now with Pritchard having 2, they're going to have to go to their bench and get him out. And if you're Miami, that's a huge break. And you see there just moving as he handed the ball off.
Paul McMillan, the fourth into the game for the Chippewas, replacing Pritchard. 14:20 to go in the first half. Sure, that does not please Tony Barbee.
No, and we talked about it. They are comfortable going to their bench, but you don't want to have your leading scorer with 2 fouls already here this early.
In the paint it goes, and now back to Dean for the 3. Doesn't get it, but he's fouled by Caden Vasco. His first, team's third, and now Bradley Dean will go to the free throw line and shoot 3.
Yeah, good job by Dean finding some open space on the kick out there, and just flying out of nowhere was Vasco. He really didn't have to do that. You don't fly straight at the shooter that way. You need to go from the side, and there was nowhere to go but right into the Miami shooter, and in this case it was Dean.
Dean on the season 87% from the line, gets the first of 3.
Yeah, he's just rounding back into form after missing some time with an injury and now starting to come on, especially with that 3-point shot. That's something Miami can really use.
Second one rims out. Coming into the game for the Chippewas, Derek Butler returns as Vasco will go out. Dean with one more from the charity stripe. He gets 2 out of 3, and Miami's lead is 10. All right, check that 9, excuse me.
Yeah, Miami, a good start to this one, and that's what they needed. They needed to come out, kind of wash away that last game that Western Michigan lost, and so far they've done a good job with that.
Rubio out top on the right side, looking for Harding. Instead comes to Butler out top. Left side, Paul McMillan walked with a basketball. Turnover against the Chippewas.
Yeah, they're just out of sync right now. Part of that, I think, is having to juggle their lineup a little bit. Obviously, with Pritchard on the bench, but they just have not been in sync yet this afternoon.
Full court pressure here by the Chippewas as Ipsaro takes the inbounds pass. McMillan D's him up, and the Chippewas float back to their man-to-man. And a whistle and a foul. McMillan will pick one up.
Yeah, just being a little bit too aggressive there on the dribbler.
That's 4 team fouls against the Chippewas in the early going.
And that's what kept Miami in that game in the first half against Western Michigan, was their foul shooting there late in that first half. And they couldn't duplicate it in the second half, but Miami needs to be aggressive.
From the left corner, Darwishi Hunter misses. Tap no good, and Rubio out of there with it for the Chippewas. Ahead to McMillan. To the right side, driving all the way to the basket. Shot rejected by Jaquel Morris.
I think 2 guys got it. Morris from the backside and Potter from the front.
And that shot by Morris is rejected by Taylor. Will go the other way. Butler leaves it for McMillan.
And both of those were interesting. Those were big swats. A lot of the time you're going to get an automatic foul call on that.
Down low it goes to Harding. Double team comes. Finds the back door. McMillan lost the handle, but he's fouled and will go to the free throw line. 13 minutes to go here in the first half. Bradley Dean will pick up the foul, his first.
Yeah, right on the arm there as he goes to the hole.
Team's third, and Paul McMillan the fourth. Cincinnati grad, Walnut Hills High School. I believe, I'll have to double check that. It's up and good. Woodward High School. Yep. Into the game comes Jamal Davis, 6'8" junior out of St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. And also Hunter Harding, 7-foot freshman out of Toronto, Ontario. Second one on the way, and it rolls off, and Morris with the rebound.
Yeah, this is a good rebounding lineup for the Redhawks with Morris and Hunter and Potter all in there together.
Ipsaro driving to the basket, now needs some help, finds Potter straight away, look at a triple is good. Just such a nice looking stroke, and that was enough for Tony Barbee to see. He calls it timeout as the Redhawks open up an 11-point lead over the Eastern Michigan Eagles with that one. And this will be a 30-second timeout
Yeah, you can see there, again, taking advantage of the freshman. The freshman, Harding, is all the way down on the baseline. No way he can get out to Potter. And I'm sure that that's part of the scouting report is that, hey, you got to get out on both Marambo and Potter when they step outside. And Harding just got lost down inside, and immediately he's going to go to the bench. And I think part of that is, you have to do what's part of that scouting report, and he just got lost down low.
The timeout taken by Tony Barbee, and Anthony Pritchard is back out there for the Chippewas with 2 fouls.
And we may see him kind of alternate offense, defense a little bit, trying to catch some minutes when he can, Barbee, because right now they're down 11, and they can't afford to go down much more than that, and I think that's why Pritchard's out there. If this was a 4-point game, he probably wouldn't be, but now that Miami has expanded that lead to 11, he's out there.
And he does a nice job of managing the fouls, but for the Chippewas, 4 of their 5 starters average in double digits and provide most of the scoring for this basketball team. Off the screen, McMillan throws up an air ball for the 3. Now the try off the rebound by Davis is no good, and Miami the rebound going the other way.
Yeah, another thing Central Michigan does well is offensive rebounding. They just couldn't convert on that one, but Miami's got to do a better job of finding guys, although it's tough when it's an air ball, right? Yeah. I mean, that's just almost
you just don't anticipate it coming down.
2-3 zone.
Trying to protect Pritchard there as Hunter has it down low. It'll go to Marambo. Fakes, fires off the glass. Yes, and 1. Foul is on Harding, who came back into the game. That is Marcus Harding's, his first, team's 5th. The basket by Marambo is his 4th point. And it's a 20-7 lead for Miami. You see the action down low there. Timeout on the floor. It'll be Marambo going to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play try when we come back with the Redhawks up by double digits.
You really can't overstate the Gecko's influence on culture.
He's got cartoons, breakfast cereals, the best advice.
Geico can help protect your home and what's in it.
When I see him helping people, I'm full of pride and joy.
He influenced an entire generation.
But the shoes are iconic. I'm getting married in these.
He's touched so many lives.
I mean, just look at us.
From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Sleep Number does that.
Can it help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that.
94% of smart sleepers report better sleep. Now, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus 10% off all bases. Ends Monday.
Why are you here?
To find a place to rent. I know renters when I see them. Apartments.com. We can help you get into a lovely 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. I don't want to presume anything. Apartments.com. The place to find a place.
In all my travels, I've never seen such dry skin. Here, friend, let my cream hydrate you. CeraVe.
Developed with Michael Cera.
We like? I just thought it would be cool. Okay, yeah.
The Chippewas talking about it there in the huddle. You see Tony Barbee, the head coach of the Chippewas, in the middle of that huddle, his 3rd season at Central Michigan. He is a member of the John Calipari coaching tree. He's an assistant under John Calipari, and then went to Central Michigan. He's also coached at UTEP, Memphis, UMass, Wyoming, and has right now what is the hottest team at in college basketball. They've won 3 straight, 8 of their last 9. In 3rd place, you see the fatherly love. He coaches his son, Drew Barbee, who was on this team of Chippewas. Anderson Marambo at the free throw line connects on the old-fashioned 3-point play try, and the lead for Miami has extended to 14.
Yeah, 2 things I've noticed. Miami's being a little bit more aggressive here than they were in that first matchup, getting the ball inside more. The guards are driving, and there's really just a lack of energy right now from Central Michigan. They need to turn that around here pretty quickly.
Ryan Taylor, top of the key against Darwishi Hunter. Gets to the right elbow, and he falls down. That'll be a walk. Another turnover for Central Michigan, their 5th of the game, as Ian Elmer and Makai Cooper come back in for Miami.
Yeah, I think Taylor had made his mind up where he wanted to pass, and then all of a sudden that passing lane was taken away by Apsaro. He had nowhere to go with the basketball and lost his balance.
So Cooper will bring it up for the Red Hawks as the Chippewas again show that 2-3 zone. No, they're going to stay man-to-man this trip. Bryce Boltman, right elbow with it. Feeds to the corner to Cooper. Into the paint, Ian Elmer puts it high off the glass and is short with it. Harding with the rebound for the Chippewas. To the right side, 3 on the way by Derek Butler. It's good. Butler shoots 42% from out there, and that's a big 3.
Yeah, that's a big 3. It gets them back on the scoreboard. Also allows them to set up this zone press a little bit and force Miami to use up some clock.
Ian Elmer has the basketball for Miami. Cooper at the right side gets it out top. 9 to shoot. Very little movement for Miami. Elmer will try a 3. It is no good, and Harding with the rebound.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Bake. Just no movement offensively by the Redhawks, just stagnant.
Pass knocked away, and
a kick, I believe.
It is called a kick. Went off the knee of Darwishi Hunter.
Shot clock resets to 20, and the Central now will keep the ball.
Brian Taylor left side with it, penetrating, and that'll be a foul on Elmer for Miami. Too much body involved there, and he gets his second and the team's 4th.
Yeah, you see Taylor going into the middle of the lane, and a little 0-on-0 crime there as Elmer reached in.
Taylor takes the inbound, gets it to Butler, and gets it back. This is Rubio putting it on the floor to the baseline, spinning with the right hand, putting it up, no good, and Marambo with the rebound for Miami. Ahead to Boltman. Boltman drawing the double team, goes to Hunter on the left side. To Elmer in the corner.
Yeah, that's a great matchup of Elmer versus Taylor, 2 really good athletes at 6'6".
Down low it goes to Marambo, turning, firing, and scoring over top of Harding. Marambo with 7 in the game.
Really soft touch by the big guy there on the left side of the lane as he just turned and fired it over the top, as you mentioned. And Harding looks like he's starting to get a little bit tired, and immediately his brother's going to come off the bench.
This is Rubio off the screen for 3. It's good. Nice touch there. Quick trigger by Aiden Rubio.
Yeah, nice double screen allowed him to get open. It didn't last for long, but he had a quick release and got it up before Cooper could get to him.
Kai Cooper gives it to Marambo. Back to Cooper around the screen. Feeds to the wing. To the corner it'll go. Elmer fakes the 3. Lost the handle. Has to get it back out top with 14 to shoot. Marambo sets the screen for Boltman. To Elmer with 9 to shoot. 7 to shoot.
No one's going in the middle of the lane for Miami. That top post.
Shot doesn't go. The rebound tipped out by Makai Cooper. Miami with another opportunity. This has not been a good possession for Miami.
No, they have really struggled against this zone here early.
Marambo to the left corner. Boltman is open for 3, and they net the 3.
Yeah, Marambo can't shoot that. It looked like he was going to, but I think he made the wise decision to find Boltman in the corner, who was even more open, and Boltman had plenty of time to set his feet and get off the shot.
That is one thing this team is not, is selfish. They do pass the ball and pass it well. Driving baseline, Butler rejected by Marambo. Bradley Dean back into the game for Miami. Hunter Harding's back in along with Jamal Davis for Central Michigan. And Reese Potter is back in for Miami as well.
Yeah, you can see Cooper held his own, held his ground. That allowed Marambo to come off his man, the help side defense, and as you said, just swatted it out of bounds.
Inbound to Davis out top. He'll give it to Rubio. Working on Bradley Dean to the right corner. Quick trigger on the 3 is no good by Derek Butler, and the rebound out to Miami. Bradley Dean ahead to Potter. Lost the handle on it. Too far. Butler gives it off to Pritchard, who lays it off the glass smoothly and in.
Yeah, and that's just how quickly the Central Michigan can turn things around. Not a great pass. It's tough to throw it to your big, running full speed down the lane. And then they turned it into offense right now and got the layup.
Boltman to Hunter for Miami. Out top to Potter. Left side to Cooper. Cooper around the screen, drives into the paint, hangs, has it rejected. Potter has it, dunks it. Reese Potter, 8 points in the game.
Good lead that time by Cooper to the big guy, and he set his feet, had plenty of time to go up and slam it through.
7:17 to go here in the half. Pritchard running the Chippewa offense. To the right elbow, finds Harding, but the pass is not good. Stolen away by Cooper. Cooper will leave it for Hunter, and Miami will run it to the right wing. Three is an air ball right into the hands of Potter, who misses, but a foul is called on Hunter Harding. His first, team sixth, and it'll be Miami at the free throw line. When we come back, Anthony Pritchard off the break gets his first two for the Chippewas, but Miami still up by double digits.
You know, we talked about everything, his hopes, his dreams, his fears, even his secrets.
Not a lot of people know this, but the Gecko is actually left-handed.
You can see by the way he holds the microphone when he comes to the podium.
He made it easy with only his left hand.
What hand he chooses to use as his dominant hand, that's his business and no one else's.
On one hand, it's so helpful to find the right coverage with Geico.
On the other hand, who cares?
Well, I care.
From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Sleep Number does that.
Can it help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that.
94% of smart sleepers report better sleep. Now, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus 10% off all bases. Ends Monday.
Some of the most brilliant minds in business. No, not you. Or you. You auto-track business income and expenses with QuickBooks. And you pay all your employees easily and accurately. And you have a business bank account with market-leading APY. Get the full picture of your business on one platform. Now with expert help when you need it. That's how you business differently.
Hey, man. You like Dr. Pepper?
And its unique blend of 23 flavors.
It's everything.
It here by 13, 28-15, and Reese Potter came in as a freshman, true freshman, 7-1 out of Lexington, Kentucky, and 8 points, 2 for 2 from outside the arc, Randy. And this is the kid who came in and, playing at Division I at this level. He realizes, hey, I got to put on some more weight, I got to get some more muscle, but his game has come along so much for Travis Steele and this team this season already.
He still needs to do those things, as you mentioned, but he has really shot the ball well. He understands the offense. He knows where to go, what to do. He still, as you said, will be a better rebounder, I think, as time progresses and will kind of grow into that body. But he is already showing that he is a great addition to this team. He started a large portion of the year and now has really developed into a go-to big man for the Redhawks.
Makes 1 of 2 from the line as Pritchard gets a screen. Feeds out to the right side, and cutting down the lane is Butler. Gives it off to Davis. Davis will lead for Butler. Deep looking three is short. And the rebound to Darwishi Hunter for Miami.
Yeah, Central's continuing to struggle from beyond the arc. We told you, just a 30% shooting team coming in, and still not being able to find the bottom of the basket very much from three.
Marcus Harding back into the game as Bradley Dean gets it to Bryce Potter. Reese Potter with it, out to Cooper. Down low, tried to go to Jaquel Morris. That's good defense by Davis to come up with the steal for Central. And Bradley Dean has the answer on the other end as he steals it away and will lay it up and in. 4 points in the game for Bradley Dean. 31-15 Miami.
Dean knew right where to go in that passing lane to be there to swipe that one away, and he was off to the races. There was no way Harding was going to be able to catch him.
Pritchard throws it to Butler. Back to Pritchard, left side. He's going to spin. Goes back to the baseline and almost lost it. Butler putting it on the floor. He's going to back his way in and fade away. His shot is short. And the rebound to Jaquel Morris for Miami.
Really good defense that time by Cooper. Makai Cooper did not allow him to get off an easy shot.
Bradley Dean gives it off to Cooper. Down the lane. Out top to Hunter with Pritchard on him. 15 to shoot for Miami. Backdoor cut to Dean. He's going to leave it for Potter, who's had it stripped away, but a foul is called. If that's Pritchard, it's 3. And it is. Yep. Nice pass inside, and reaching in there, Pritchard got a hand on him. 3rd and the team's 7th, and Potter to the line for 2.
Yeah, Pritchard's been out there with those 2 fouls, but he really has played not as aggressive as we normally see him with that. Now he picks up his 3rd foul. He's obviously going to go to the bench.
Yep. Vasco back into the game, along with Taylor and Paul McMillan IV, all into the game for Central Michigan.
Yeah, they're going to have to get Harding and Taylor going a little bit without Pritchard on the floor.
Ipsaro into the game, replacing Darwishi Hunter. 11 in the game now for Potter. 33-15, an 18-point lead for Miami. Harding gives it off to Vasco. Out front with it to Rubio. To Vasco. McMillan. Back out top, 10 to shoot. They're trying to get it to Harding. They do. Baseline, throws it cross court. Wide open from the right side, and nailing the triple for Central Michigan is Aiden Rubio. He has 6 in the game. That's a big bucket.
Yeah, Rubio's one of those guys that can't hit the 3 consistently for Central, and he's been wide open for a couple of them.
Dean leaves it underneath for Potter. Backing in, turning, firing, scoring is Reese Potter. He's feeling it. 13 in the game.
Yeah, when he can do that, he's almost impossible to guard. So he has the bump to gain some space, fading away along the right baseline and shot it over Harding.
McMillan working around the screen to Harding. Hands it off to Vasco. Back to McMillan. Whistle and a foul away from the ball will go against Potter. His first, team's 5th.
Yeah, just being a little bit physical there, trying to get in front of Harding to block him out, and Harding got his arm in between and drew the foul.
McMillan will bring the ball in to Harding. Going to go right to work. And that one is rejected by Morris. McMillan gets a Harding screen. Pick and roll doesn't work. They go to Taylor. He'll fire the triple. It is off the mark. And Dean, the rebound, will run it down for Miami. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half, dominated by the Redhawks. Morris to Potter. Firing the 3, missing the 3. Rebound, Morris. Spinning into the paint, trying to go up and under, and he is out of bounds. It'll belong to Central Michigan. Timeout on the floor with 3:39 to go in the first half. Miami getting it done as Potter down low with the fadeaway. He has 13 to lead all scorers, and then the answer on the other end by the Chippewas.
Who's the chameleon?
The most powerful shape-shifting sorceress. Nothing like anyone you've ever faced.
I eat powerful sorceresses for breakfast.
What is it you're holding? A cookie?
Ah! One last Dragon Warrior Smackdown.
We're not so different, you and I.
Skadoosh. Stand back. I'm gonna kick my butt.
Kung Fu Panda 4 with PG. In theaters March 8.
Look who's auditioning for Magenta Status.
Special rates at Hilton Hotel.
Get a special rate on your Hilton stay.
Mom!
No need to audition. Introducing Magenta Status. Premium benefits from brands you love.
Yeah, I mean, Gecko's a beast. He's got that dog in him.
He wasn't just awake before us. He'd already worked out how to help protect way more than just your car.
I'm great at insurance.
A gecko is he's something else.
Yeah, we're talking renters, jewelry, pet insurance.
And then he'd come back at night and study film.
Riddle me this. If it's so easy a caveman can do it, why is he working so hard?
From cars to home to pets, it's easy to Geico.
Can human skin truly be this moisturized? Oh. Yeah. Wow. CeraVe. Developed with Michael Cera. We like? I need this win.
Back in the Lett Hall as the Miami Redhawks have the 35-18 lead over Central Michigan. And Steve Baker, Randy Hollowell back here with you as Redhawks doing pretty much everything right at this point of the ball game, shooting the ball well, and that is something that just didn't happen at Western Michigan for this team. They're finding the range here today.
No, or the first time they played the Central Michigan team either. Those were probably two of their worst shooting games of the season, and they've come out firing. They're shooting over 50% here in the first half, doing well, 45.5% from three. So they're doing things right. Also, 8 assists, and now they're not turning the ball over. So everything in the favor of the Redhawks here early.
Harding out front will try the three. His big man shot doesn't go, but a foul on the rebound will go against Miami. And it will be Makai Cooper getting his second and the team's sixth.
Yeah, they said he undercut. You can see there from behind. He got turned around and actually hit Vasco from behind kind of and knocked him over.
3:24 to play here in the half. It'll be McMillan to bring it in. Gets it into Rubio. Off the screen, Rubio, pick and roll to Harding. Had it knocked away by Morris into the hands of Ipsaro for Miami. Redhawks again with that help side defense. Down low, Morris back to Ipsaro. Open look at a triple, he cans it. Can't leave Miami that wide open. They're going to make more than not.
Yeah, we talked about it. They were shooting 45.5% from three before that one, and another knockdown for Ipsaro in Miami. Shooting the ball extremely well here early.
McMillan out top, gives it to Rubio. His three is off the mark, and Morris with the rebound for Miami.
And they've also, for the most part, it's been one and done for Central Michigan. Miami's done a good job cleaning off the boards.
Morris out top with it. Had it knocked away, but got it back. Gives to Cooper. Cooper down the lane against Vasco. Little hanger, doesn't go, but a foul will go against Miami's Jaquel Morris, I believe.
I think there was a foul on the shot by Cooper. I think it's against Central Michigan
it's going to be against Jaquel Morris.
See, right there, you can see the push off by Vasco. Oh, no, you're right.
On the rebound, Jaquel Morris is whistled for the foul, his first, team seventh.
I thought that was Vasco with the push on Cooper, but
yeah. So we walk to the other end, and
I think Miami was confused by that call for sure.
Certainly Travis Steele is a little confused about it. Marcus Harding is at the line, shooting the 1-and-1. Free throw on the way, doesn't get it. Rebound grab by Ian Elmer, who's back out there for Miami. 2:23 to play in the half. Miami a 20-point advantage. Chippewa's only 18 points so far here in the first half. Baseline, down low it goes to Marambo. Double teamers coming. Behind the back pass to Boltman. Now to Dean, who is wide open and buries the three. Unbelievable passing by Miami, and they capitalize on it with a triple.
We talked about their team game all afternoon and how unselfish they are, and that was the case there. Two guys could shoot it. It was the third, though, who was wide open for the three.
Taylor, and a blocking foul will go against Elmer. Ian Elmer has picked up number 3. He's going to have to come out of the ball game. Team's 8th. Darwishi Hunter into the game for the freshman Elmer.
And again, this is one of the things that helps Miami is they're willing to go deep to their bench, and they play a lot of guys early and often. And so with Elmer sitting, they just put in another starter in Hunter.
At the free throw line, Brian Taylor, 74% free throw shooter, rattles in the first.
See if Central Michigan puts on some press, tries to make a run here to end the first half. Try and pick up the pace a little bit.
Second one on the way, and good. That's 4 in the game for Brian Taylor. 21-point advantage for Miami. Darwishi Hunter being pressured as he gets it across the timeline. Now we'll give it to Ipsaro. 100 seconds to go here.
Yeah,
2-3 zone. Yeah.
Yep.
This is Ipsaro down low to Marambo. Shot blocked nicely by Brian Taylor. Running the other way. Taylor with it to the left side. McMillan's floater is good.
That was a great shot
Quick
on the baseline.
Yep.
Got it up and over Boltman, who was coming over for the block, and was able to just loft it over his outstretched arm.
Great anticipation of the shot on the other end by Taylor. Ipsaro buries another three, though, for Miami. Back to a 22-point advantage. A minute to go here in the half.
Yeah, Miami just won't stop. And again, Central Michigan's just losing shooters right now, and those are wide open tries.
Harding will leave it for McDonald. McMillan, that is, across the timeline. He'll fire from 17, and a rainbow falls for Paul McMillan, the fourth.
Yeah, he's starting to fill in with the foul trouble against Pritchard. It's McMillan who's starting to pick up the pace a little bit from a shooting perspective.
35 seconds to go here in the first half. Ipsaro, top of the key, keeps the dribble, gives it to Dean, takes the three to Ipsaro. 14 to shoot. Ipsaro to the basket. Just nobody stopped him. He lays it up and in. That is 8 in the first half for Ipsaro. 46-24 Miami. Largest lead at 22.
Yeah, you thought Dean was going to shoot it, but he wanted to work some of the clock, and that left Ipsaro with a wide open lane to the basket. You'll take a layup in that situation every time.
7 seconds to go here in the half as Taylor will drive, turn, fire, miss it, and Boltman the rebound. And we have reached halftime at Millett Hall. Excellent half for the homestanding Miami Redhawks. They shoot it well, they defend well, they rebound well. And they have the 22-point advantage over the Central Michigan Chippewas. Boltman finds Bradley Dean for three from the right side. Dean with 7 first-half points as the Redhawks lead it by 20 at the halftime stats, and they are as lopsided as the scoreboard is right here at the half.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of them already, but you look at the shooting percentage, especially that's going Miami's way, not only from 2, but also from 3, shooting over 53% from behind the arc. You mentioned that assisted turnover ratio, 10-3, is just outstanding for the Redhawks. And again, using the bench, that's what they do best, well above their average already at 28 points. Off of that, Miami second chance points. That's one of the things I wondered about, because Central Michigan does a good job offensive rebounding. No second chance points for the Chippewas in the first half, 6 for Miami, and then Miami has converted 10 of those 8 turnovers into 10, or 8 of those turnovers into 10 points. So Miami doing a good job there as well, and we'll just have to see how the second half progresses. Miami has done a good job also. We talked about Reese Potter with 13 points, but they've spread the scoring out overall with their entire team. And so it doesn't matter who's out there. They're finding the range so far in the first half. Let's see what that first 4 minutes, when we get to that first media timeout, where things stand. I think that will tell a lot about how the second half will go.
Yeah, there's a lot of basketball to be played. 20 minutes here at Millett Hall, and Central Michigan, again, one of the winningest teams right now in the country. They are 10-3 and have been on fire, coming off an overtime win against Bowling Green on Tuesday night. They will have the basketball to start the second half. That is, the Chippewas will have the basketball. Starters for both teams out there. Pritchard out there. He has 3 fouls. He takes the inbounds and works to the right side.
And we talked about Miami really fighting to get a spot in Cleveland. This is a must-win, but for the Chippewas, this is also an important game because they still have designs on first place in the MAC.
Vasco tries from the lane, misses, and Marambo with the rebound will have a jump ball as he's tied up with Brian Taylor. And it'll be Miami's possession now on the alternating possession.
But you can see Central Michigan coming out and just crashing the boards. They didn't get the offensive rebound, but being aggressive in the lane and crashing the board. So maybe a little turned up the juice a little bit here for Central Michigan.
I'm sure that Tony Barbee did just that as Miami gets it underneath to Ian Elmer, but his shot is over the iron, no good, and the rebound to Pritchard the other way for Central. Gives it to Harding, right back to Pritchard. Drives to the baseline, nowhere to go, now fades away, off the glass, no good, and Marambo tips the rebound to himself.
Yeah, good shot for Pritchard. I mean, those are ones that he makes most of the time, just couldn't get that one to fall.
Makai Cooper, right wing. They left him alone, and he buries a triple. He's got 2 threes in the game, 6 points.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to shoot, but as you said, the defense left him wide open. He decided to go ahead and takes it. Miami is unconscious from behind the arc in this one.
Pritchard out front with it. Goes left side to Butler. Back to Taylor. Butler to Vasco now. He's going to put it on the floor against Boltman. Picks up the dribble. To Harding with 4 to shoot. He's going to back his way in. Ball is knocked away by Cooper and into the hands of Miami. Down the floor, Boltman in the right corner. Behind the back dribble. Out top, Marambo stepping into a triple. It's good. Marambo, you talk about being unconscious from the 3. The big man knocking him down. And the lead is 28.
Yeah, Miami right now just cannot miss. And if you're Central, they need to go to the basket, and Pritchard does that, but he can't get it to fall either.
Pritchard missing on the drive. The rebound ahead. It goes, and too hard off the glass as Hunter lost control of it. Pritchard now on the right side for the Chippewas. Driving, a foul before the shot. Ian Elmer's picked up his 4th, and Miami's got some foul trouble there.
Yeah, I think Pritchard knew who he had on him, that he could take the freshman, and he tried to do that and forced Elmer into the foul. Good job by Pritchard there as you see him use that shake and bake at the top to get to the rim.
Aiden Rubio comes in for Vasco for Central Michigan as the Chippewas have the ball. Rubio around the screen to the top of the key. Pritchard, baseline, 10-footer, left side off the glass and in. Nice kiss there by Anthony Pritchard. He's got 6 in the game.
Yeah, that's what he needs, to just see the ball go through the hoop. He has it now. He's locked in. Not going to worry about those 3 fouls at this point. He's just going to play his game.
Shoot or shoot, baby. Shoot or shoot. This is Marambo working on Harding. That'll be a hand check on Harding. Second on Marcus Harding. Team's first of the half is Bradley Dean in for Miami, and Ian Elmer with those 4 fouls will go to the sideline.
So Miami gets a little bit smaller, but they also another 3-point shooter, so that's going to spread out the defense a little bit more for Central Michigan.
Hunter inbounds it to Marambo for Miami. That is one man that has not scored in the game for Miami, and that's Darwishi Hunter. Bradley Dean with 12 to shoot. Works around a Marambo screen to the right side. Cooper left alone, and that one is no good. The rebound is out to Rubio. He'll run it down the left side for the Chippewas. It's it to Pritchard on the right side. Around the screen it'll go. Taylor, baseline, working on Hunter. Out top, Pritchard. He'll fire the triple and bury it. Back-to-back field goals by Pritchard, has 9 in the game now.
And if you're Miami, that's what you don't want to see is Pritchard start to get hot. For Central Michigan, that's exactly what they need to get back in this one.
Hunter out top with it for Miami, and a steal by Pritchard. Marambo careless with the basketball, and Pritchard with 3 straight baskets, 11 points in the game, and it's a 21-point lead for Miami, and a timeout taken by the Redhawks as Travis Steele says, hey guys, you can't let it down, as Pritchard comes up with the steal and the layup. He's got 11 in the contest to lead the Chippewas. Chippewas on a run here, and it's all been Anthony Pritchard as he has scored 11 points in the game and has had 3 baskets in a row for the Chippewas to bring them back to 21. It was a 29-point advantage, but he has been outstanding, averaging 13.5 points a game, almost 5 assists a steal, assists a game, a couple of steals, 5 rebounds. He can do it all.
Yeah, and right now he's the one that Miami has to stop. He did not look comfortable in that first half once he got that 3rd foul, but Miami has to find him a little bit sooner here in the second half.
Full court pressure here by the Chippewas. Boltman gets it across the timeline and gets it to Marambo. KJ Odor into the game for the first time for the Chippewas, down low on Marambo. They're going to bring the double team, and Cooper is left wide open. He misses the 3, and Pritchard with another rebound. Transfer out of Tulsa, takes it to the right of the basket, keeps that dribble, double teamed in the corner, throws it out top, and Boltman comes up with a steal. That was a bad pass, and that'll be a foul on Butler, taking down Makai Cooper going up the floor. Butler picks up his first, team second.
Yeah, someone, I think it might have been Marambo, got a piece of that pass as it came out of his hands. Right there was the deflection, then Boltman taps it to himself, and there you see as Cooper got run over at midcourt, and they're going to go take a look at this. I think it's probably just a basketball play, but we'll have to take a look and see if he threw a forearm or something out there.
We'll take a look at it here in a moment as well as the officials at the monitor. Again, Bill Eck, Luke Schumer, and John Campbell are officials. Good veteran crew here this afternoon. And take a look at it here.
He holds his arm
he locks
first,
and loads a little bit there. A little bit of a lock and load, or a lock and hold, I should say. And we'll see if that was intentional or just a basketball play.
I think they're just going to play
I think it's just a play, yeah.
I'm fine with that.
So Derek Butler gets the foul, his first, team second. .16:03 to play, and Miami will have the basketball out of bounds.
I think Miami has to continue to be aggressive. They've almost fallen in love with a three-point shot here in the first half. They hit their first two, but they've missed their last two. I think they need to be a little bit more aggressive, go downhill towards the basket, draw some fouls. That's where they were, how they were successful in the first half. That will open things up again back from behind the arc.
Redhawks with the basketball after the foul. Brees Potter is into the game for Miami as Bradley Dean works around a screen. Hunter feeds back to Dean with 14 to shoot. A fake, gets into the paint, feeds to Potter. Now to Hunter with 10 to shoot. To the right corner, Cooper. Cooper will drive down the lane. Has the shot rejected by Rubio. Nice defense by the Chippewas that trip. Pritchard the other way. Backs it out at the wing. Harding sets the screen for it. Leaves it in the corner to Rubio. Wide open three is good. Chippewas getting it done offensively.
Yeah, and they're turning up the defense, too, and Miami just hasn't adjusted very well so far as they're being a lot more aggressive, and Miami needs to do the same.
10-0 run by the Chippewas, and we've got a foul here. And that one will go against Brian Taylor, his first, and the team's third. Central Michigan, they were down 52-24, but they have rattled the ball off. That one a three from Aiden Rubio.
You know, he come to my home for summers. When it came to helping people, the gecko was born ready. And his parents argued with me. They wanted him to become a doctor. I said, no, he wants to do insurance and he's good at it.
Oh, sure, he's the gecko, but he's my best friend. Like, even back in grade school, while others played house, he protected it.
Hey, slow down! Geico helps find the right coverage for your car and home. You're not my dad.
From cars to home to pets, it's easy to Geico.
When my son Brian died in a drunk driving accident, I put out a video about it. I try to stop young people from drinking and driving, and because of TikTok, I can reach millions of people around the world. If you save one person, that's one more person that can change the world too, right?
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
Central Michigan climbing their way back as they have cut it to 52-34. You see the Fab Four there, if you will, for Central Michigan. Four of their five starters, all averaging in double digits and supplying almost all of their firepower, averaging in double digits all throughout. And still yet now, Anthony Pritchard on that last basket is the only player in double digits for Central Michigan. Miami's offense has gone ice cold here while the Chippewas have rattled off 10 in a row.
Yeah, Miami has
sorrow in the
inside.
ball game as that pass is errant, but it finds Reese Potter. Bradley Dean down the lane, and that'll be a whistle, and that's the 4th foul on Anthony Pritchard. Reaching in. He'll go to the bench, team's 4th.
And that's the thing with Central Michigan. They've ramped up their defense, but all that also what that's going to do is put you in more danger for fouls, and Pritchard reached in that time.
Team's 4th as well. Redhawks looking to get the ball inbounds, and they do to Bradley Dean. Out top, Jaquel Morris. Hands it off to Ipsaro, right side. 15 to shoot, and again, very tight man-to-man defense as Jaquel Morris on the block is going to back his way in, put it off the glass too strong, and the rebound to Harding. Miami got it where they wanted it, but didn't convert.
Yeah, a lot of work by Morris to get that shot off, and then just couldn't convert it.
McMillan works around to Harding's screen. Feeds to the left side to Rubio. Backs it out. Ipsaro on him. Left corner 3 is off the mark by Taylor, and it'll go to Miami. Up ahead. It is.
Yeah, and he got hit on the head and no call.
And no call as Reese Potter misses, and Miami will get a blocking foul on the other end, and Ipsaro gets the foul.
Yeah, Potter got drilled in the head. No call.
Take a look at it here.
Right there.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even get the ball.
Yeah. That's a big miss that time by the officiating. And
Brian
then they call
Taylor.
the block at the other end against Miami. And now Taylor a chance to cut into this lead even more. So Central Michigan starting to really put together a good run if Taylor can hit the free throws, but he misses the first.
74% free throw shooter. Second one on the way, and it is no good as Morris grabs the rebound for Miami. 14 minutes and 5 seconds to play here. 18-point lead for the Redhawks. Potter's left alone for the 3. It is short. Rebound battled for, and Taylor out of there with it for the Chippewas, and he is fouled by Jaquel Morris. Second foul, team's 3rd. And into the game will come Jamal Davis. And going out is Brian Taylor.
Miami now has got to settle down. McMillan was a good scorer for them in the first half, now taking the place of Pritchard. Let's see if they try and get a shot for him. He's working up against Ipsaro right now.
It's been 4.5 minutes more since Miami has last scored. As Harding backs his way in, and a pass stolen away. Nice anticipation by Darwishi Hunter. Steps into the passing lane. Ahead it'll go to Potter, and they won't hit him in the head this time as Potter gets down the floor for a dunk, his 15th point.
Well, and he knew Harding had gone to the floor, so Harding was down at one end, and he ran all the way down, hustled down to the rim, and a good job by Hunter to find him.
To the left corner it'll go. Now driving baseline, leaving it left wing. This is Davis.
And Ipsaro with a foul.
Ipsaro with a foul before the shot. Evan Ipsaro will get the foul, his second, team's 4th. And Harding goes out. Taylor is back in. They get it into Davis. Takes the 3, now drives to the basket, shot rejected, but right into the hands of Taylor, who goes in and flushes it down.
Yeah, good job that time by following up. Again, Miami's weak side defense comes over for the block, but nobody took his man to block out.
Bradley Dean all the way to the basket, off the glass, misses, but Jaquel Morris is there to clean it up.
Yeah, one of the few second chance opportunities for the Redhawks, and Jaquel Morris, right man, right time, and he tips it in.
McMillan across the timeline for the Chippewas. 12:35 to play. Gives it out to Davis. Holds the ball above his head, and now we'll put it on the floor all the way to the basket, and off balance, but he draws the foul on Reese Potter, his second, team's 5th.
Yeah, with Davis in there at the 5, they've gotten a little bit smaller, have the Chippewas, but they're being more aggressive. He's able to drive and do things that Harding couldn't, and he's going right at Potter.
Jamal Davis, junior out of St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands. 57% free throw shooter. First one on the way, and it is short. Caden Vasco back into the game. Lowell, Indiana freshman replaces Derek Butler.
Butler also hit a couple of threes in that first half. He's been quiet here in the second stanza.
Second one on the way, and good by Davis. His first point of the game. Makes it a 19-point game.
The other thing with the smaller lineup for Central Michigan, it's easier to trap and easier to put the press on, although they're going to back out this time. But watch for them to double when the ball gets down on the wing.
Dean right side with the basketball. Missed Sorrow all alone underneath the basket. He'll curl to the right wing. Potter trying to get position, can't get it. Now does get the basketball and fades away from 18, barely catches iron as Davis had pushed him out well beyond the range. Left side stepping in, Rubio for three, rattles out. Weak side rebound though, grabbed by the Chippewas. Davis will fire a three. It is off the mark, and that'll be a foul on Bradley Dean underneath the basket for Miami. Little push in the back. He'll get the foul, his second, team sixth. And we have the under 12 timeout. Ahead it'll go to Reese Potter here with the flush. He leads Miami with 15. And on the other end, nice move to the basket there by Jamal Davis for Central Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, Gecko's a beast. He's got that dog in him.
He wasn't just awake before us. He'd already worked out how to help protect way more than just your car.
I'm great at insurance. But Gecko is just, he's something else.
Yeah, we're talking renters, jewelry, pet insurance.
And then he'd come back at night and study film.
Riddle me this. If it's so easy a caveman can do it, why is he working so hard?
From cars to home to pets, it's easy to Geico.
There's nothing better than the Subway Series footlong, except when you add an all-new footlong sidekick, like the $2 footlong churro covered in cinnamon sugar deliciousness, or the $3 footlong pretzel, salted and baked to perfection, honey mustard shot, and let's not forget the $5 gooey footlong chocolate chip cookie. What's your favorite, Clay?
You're my favorite sidekick. No, you're my favorite sidekick.
We'll get back to him later. Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick. Why are you here?
To find a place to rent. I know renters when I see them. Apartments.com. We can help you get into a lovely one-bedroom, two-bedroom, I don't want to presume anything. Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
11:46 to play, and down on the floor during the break there, Ride Cincinnati getting a check for $19,642 on our Love, Honor, Care Day here in Oxford at Miami University. Western Southern Life, the co-presenting sponsor. You see Dr. Greg Crawford, Dr. Renata Crawford, I should say President Crawford, President Greg Crawford, and Director of Athletics David Saylor. Love, Honor, Care all day long as we remember those that are fighting, the ones that are giving care, and the ones that have battled the terrible disease of cancer, and also remember those that have been lost as Rubio takes the inbounds pass and puts it up from 8, misses, and the rebound to Darwishi Hunter.
Yeah, good battle underneath there for that rebound. Tapped out to Hunter, and Miami now will go on the offensive.
Ipsaro has Harding on him, so there's a mismatch someplace as Marambo is back into the game. Gives it off to Darwishi Hunter. He's going to put it on the floor and has the pass knocked away out of bounds by Harding as he tried to get it to Ipsaro.
Yeah, that time Miami again a little dysfunction. I think they thought that there was going to be a mismatch somewhere too, and didn't do a very good job trying to exploit it. Now
12 seconds to shoot here for Miami as Hunter will inbound the basketball and gets it into Ipsaro. Marambo sets the screen for him, leaves it again for Marambo, fakes, got his man airborne, reverse layup is good, and a foul. The softest hands in the Mid-American Conference, I think, is Anderson Marambo, and he just held on to it, and finally up and under, nice head fake, another one, and it got him in the air. And count the basket.
Yeah, I think Vasco actually got almost all ball on that one, but maybe a little bit of the body.
Free throw is short, though. And the rebound out to the Chippewas. That foul was on Vasco, his second and the team's fifth.
But good strength also by Marambo because he got his hand on the ball to get it up there to get the basket. We're going to have a hold this time on Marambo at the other end.
Yeah, Marambo gets the foul, his first, team's seventh. So the Chippewas will be at the free throw line in the form of Harding with 10:58 to go as Derek Butler is back in. So Rubio goes out and Makai Cooper back in for Miami as Hunter goes out.
That's one thing for Miami that's not good is they're going to be, or the Chippewas are in the bonus the rest of the way. But Central Michigan has not shot the ball great from the free throw line, although they get the offensive rebound here.
Missed the free throw and got another opportunity, but a miss, and Miami grabs a rebound this time.
So that's the one thing. They're about 60%, I think, for the game right now is Central Michigan from the line, and Miami hopefully can take advantage of that.
Dean, step back three off the right side is good. Bradley Dean hits another three. He's got 10 in the game.
I found him open on that right wing, and he hasn't shot the ball extremely well so far this afternoon, but as you mentioned earlier, shooters keep shooting.
Yep, 24-point lead for Miami. Down low, it'll go to Harding. He's double-teamed on the block, dribbles out, gives it out to Vasco, and then Butler again to Vasco, nearly taken away. Harding sets a screen for Vasco to the baseline. Miami recovers, and they throw it cross court. Three on the way is short. Rebound tapped out, and a battle for it, and it goes into the backcourt, tapped ahead to Ipsaro. Fakes, leaves it for Cooper, who wasn't expecting it. He's going to bring it out, find Dean, and reset the offense.
Yeah, Miami almost had a 2-on-0 and ended up not even getting a shot up.
Dean drives, leaves it for Boltman. And a bad pass, battled for, and we'll have a jump ball that'll belong to Central Michigan. Nobody wanted the basketball that time.
At either end, really.
Here, you take it. I don't want it.
I think somebody greased that one up at the last time out.
I wondered how long Tony Barbee was going to wait. With 9:42 to go in the ball game, Anthony Pritchard is back in, and the Miami lead is 24.
To be honest, I'm a little surprised he didn't bring him in a little bit earlier, but now they're going to try and make their run. If you're Miami, you've got to keep someone on him at all times. Do not let him get free.
Pritchard across the timeline. Ipsaro on him defensively. Lobs it out top to Taylor, gives it right back. Miami camping out in about a 2-3 zone right here. Pritchard to the right side, 10 to shoot. Pritchard gets the basketball back. To the left side it'll go. And the three on the way. It is off the mark. Rebound tapped out into the hands of Pritchard. Nice job by Harding to get a hand on it. To Pritchard. Right wing trying the alley-oop. That one is knocked away by Bradley Dean. Beautiful play by the little guy.
Yeah, came out of nowhere to get a piece of that one. Now we got to travel against Boltman.
Boltman tried to jump stop, and they whistle him for a walk. And the ball goes back to Central Michigan. And Paul McMillan IV comes in to replace Brian Taylor for Central Michigan. For Miami, that was only their 7th turnover of the ball game.
I think they're dropping down in man-to-man this time, but I think they went to that zone that time to prevent any drives. They'll give up some three-point shots. They just do not want the drives into the lane like that.
And Pritchard just splits the double team and lays it up and in. Beautiful, beautiful move by Anthony Pritchard.
Yeah, that's what they are susceptible to in the man-to-man, and that was what that zone was designed to do, but they went back to the man-to-man that time.
Boltman out of the double team, goes all the way to the basket and doesn't put it up. Ipsaro down low to Marambo. Double team is coming. Feeds it out top. Makai Cooper into the left side of the paint. Doesn't get the basket, but gets the foul. It's on McMillan.
Yeah, Miami's not doing a good job recognizing the double team right now. They're waiting too long to pass it back out, and they're allowing Central Michigan to trap and get some hands on the basketball. He just got bailed out that time by a foul by McMillan.
Cooper at the line for 2, 77% free throw shooter. Puts it up and in.
And credit Central Michigan, they are just doubling everywhere right now, trying to create chaos, basically, to try and get Miami to turn the ball over.
Second one on the way, and good by Makai Cooper. He has 8 points in the game for Miami. And Aiden Rubio coming right back in for Vasco. As Tony Barbee gets in the dead-eye shooter.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's in there to shoot threes for sure. They're going to try and open things up for him. And we see here this change, too. Davis coming in for Taylor.
Yeah, Davis in for Taylor. Davis, 27% from outside the arc. Looking out there, I'm surprised Derek Butler isn't out there. He shoots it up at 42%
yeah,
from three-point range.
He hit some big ones in the first half as well.
Pritchard across the timeline with 8:20 to go. Works to the left side, out top to Davis.
Back in that zone now of the Redhawks.
Kind of a 1-2-2 look here. Pritchard down the lane, lobbing it up, and the dunk. Alley-oop. It goes to Jamal Davis. He gets his first bucket, third point of the game.
Yeah, Miami didn't do a very good job closing that top of the lane. He split the defenders at the top and was able to get into the lane and throw the lob.
Boltman, right side, gives it out to Marambo against Harding. 15 to shoot. Left side of Sorrow. He'll work around, and that'll be a foul on Harding. Trying to hedge on the screen. Marcus Harding gets his third. Team 7th, Miami will have the ball at the free throw line when we return in a moment. But first, the alley-oop to Jamal Davis as the Chippewas trying to climb back in it.
Who's the chameleon? The most powerful shape-shifting sorceress. Nothing like anyone you've ever faced.
I eat powerful sorceresses for breakfast.
What is it you're holding?
A cookie? Ah! One last Dragon Warrior Smackdown.
We're not so different, you and I.
Stand back. I'm gonna kick my butt.
Kung Fu Panda 4, rated PG. In theaters March 8th.
I'm Michael Cera, and human skin is my passion, which is why I developed this. CeraVe. My cream. Oh, you didn't know? CeraVe. Developed with Michael Cera. You like? It's perfect crossover opportunity.
You know, he come to my home for summers. When it came to helping people, the gecko was born ready. And his parents argued with me. They wanted him to become a doctor. I said, no, he wants to do insurance, and he's good at it.
Oh, sure, he's the gecko, but he's my best friend. Like, even back in grade school, while others played house, he protected it.
Hey, slow down! Geico helps find the right coverage for your car and home. You're not my dad.
From cars to home to pets, it's easy to Geico.
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
Take a look at the Miami huddle there and their upcoming schedule. Next week, 2 on the road, and they are big. At Bowling Green and at Eastern Michigan next Saturday. They'll finish out the regular season with Toledo at home and then the Battle of the Bricks against Ohio on Friday, March 8th. Very important ball games lie ahead for the Miami Redhawks, who are looking to try and battle their way into the Mid-American Conference Tournament. Currently tied with Kent State and Western Michigan in that final spot, 5 through 8, to get in the tournament.
And Bowling Green is lurking right there as well.
Playing very well. Evan Ipsaro at the free throw line, shooting 1-1, and he knocks down the first. He'll get the bonus.
If you're Miami here, you don't want to force anything. Just continue to run your offense, and you're going to get fouled, so make your free throws. That's going to be key down the stretches for the Redhawks to make their free throws and force Central Michigan to use as much of the clock as possible each time down.
Ipsaro does just that, and Miami has withstood a little bit of a barrage by Central Michigan and Anthony Pritchard, who got it down inside of 20 and now get it back to 24. But Paul McMillan, how about that now? Comes right out and drills a deep water three from straight away.
Yeah, as we talked about, he was their leading scorer in that first half and has been a little bit quiet here in second half, but he hits that big three there.
Marambo out top. Miami not going to be in any kind of hurry to run the offense. 7:12 to play. Gives to Ipsaro. He'll bring it out, and that'll be a foul. Reaching in is Jamal Davis. Waits until 10 seconds on the shot clock and then commits a foul. It is the team's 8th. And for Davis, his first, as Jaquel Morris will come in for Anderson Marambo. And it will be Evan Ipsaro back to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
Yeah, Davis got the switch, then took Ipsaro after the screen up top and just trying to stay in front of him, kind of reach that arm out and force the contact.
Ipsaro makes the first. He is 81% from the line this season. He is the guy that you would like to have at the line in this situation.
And let's be honest, Ipsaro is not allergic to contact.
No. And he misses the second one. Harding grabs the rebound for the Chippewas. 22-point lead for the Redhawks. 7 minutes to go from Millette. Pritchard all the way to the right side with Cooper on him defensively. There's Rubio. Back to Pritchard. Thought about it. Now puts it on the floor. Double team comes. And they'll feed underneath to Harding. Harding has the shot. And a block on Ian Elmer. That'll be number 5 on the freshman out of Cincinnati.
Yeah, he got a lot of ball from behind, but I think he got some of the arm as well, and that's going to send it to the bench. He just came back out there with the 4 fouls, and tough night for Ian Elmer, but as a freshman, a learning experience, and you know, if you win the game, it doesn't really matter, and you're going to learn from it.
Bryce Boltman into the game for Miami. He'll replace Elmer. Brian Taylor comes back in for the Chippewas, as Jamal Davis will go out. Harding at the line. He is 0 for 2 on the day and gets that one. Harding averaging 11 points a game. That's only his 3rd point.
Again, Miami's got to handle this pressure.
This is that one, and the rebound by Taylor as he got over top of Boltman. Boltman holding his right hand as they throw it to the right side to Rubio. He lost the handle on it, and it rolls to Jaquel Morris, that is, for Miami.
Yeah, just tried to dribble through traffic, and it got deflected. Might have even been kind of kicked or dribbled off somebody's foot right into the hands of Morris.
21-point lead for Miami as Dean gets all the way to the basket, leaves it for Ipsaro out top to Boltman. 10 to shoot for Miami, and nearly a steal as in the corner is Dean. He's open for the 3, and he buries the 3. Bradley Dean doing what he's supposed to if you're Travis Steele, and that is bury triples.
What I love about Dean is he caught that ball almost above his head, right at his face, and just shot it straight from there so quick. No chance for the defense to get to him.
Did not bring it down at all as Bradley Dean buries the 3 from the left side, and I think you'll get a look at it here as a very upset Tony Barbee is letting Aiden Rubio know that he should have been out there. 6:02 to go, and a look at it here as Morris throws to Bradley Dean. Never brought the ball down at all.
Nope, caught him right at his face level and went straight up with it.
Just kind of spun the ball in his hands to get it where he wanted it and buries the 3. So Miami now leads it by 24 with 6:02 to play. Chippewas have not been able to chip away at that lead.
Yeah, they made that run, as you talked about, early in the second half, and since then it's been pretty neutral, maybe a little bit towards the favor of the Redhawks. And when you're down over 20, you can't be neutral, right?
No,
you need to put out some more runs, and Central Michigan just maybe is running out of steam a little bit because of all the effort that they put into making that first 10-0 run.
Rubio inbounds to Pritchard. Under 6 minutes to go. Man-to-man defense by Miami. Pritchard on the dribble to the left side. Gives it to McMillan. Quick trigger on the triple is short, and Boltman with the rebound for the Redhawks.
And again, now Miami will just take their time and run their offense.
Cooper double team. They get it to Boltman, to Ipsaro, fakes the three. Back out to Cooper. Miami using as much time as they can. Dean on the left side. He'll fire another three and hit another three. Why not? That is a dagger, folks. 16 in the game for Bradley Dean. 27-point lead.
It took him a little while to get going in that first half, but since then he has been on fire from behind the arc.
Richard, and a foul will be called. It'll be on Jaquel Morris, and I'm not sure how much contact was there, but deserving whistle. Jaquel Morris picks up his third, team's ninth, and it'll send Anthony Pritchard to the line for the 1-and-1. And it rolls in for Pritchard, who now has 14 points to lead Central Michigan. Coming into the contest, Derek Butler, junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina, returns as Rubio goes out. Jamal Davis ready to check in as well, but won't get the opportunity here as Pritchard misses the free throw, and Boltman with a rebound ahead to Dean.
Yeah, Miami has 4 ball handlers in there along with Morris, and that'll help them take some pressure off of the press.
And Davis commits the foul. Or check that, Taylor commits the foul. That is his second, team's ninth, and Miami to the free throw line as Davis will now come into the game, replacing Harding. And down by 26, 5:02 to go. The Foul Fest has begun.
Well, we knew it was coming.
Yep.
And, it's what's happening is what happened in the first half is Miami's been making it most of the time, and Central has not.
Dean makes the first and has another one coming. Marambo back in as Morris will go out for Miami.
Right now on the free throw line, Central Michigan shooting just 50% for the night, 8 of 16. Miami at 75%.
Dean, a junior, transfer out of Gate City, Virginia. And the second one is good. Now has 18 points in the game. 28-point lead for Miami. Pritchard out front with it, under 5 minutes to go. Chips can't wait a long time as illegal screen is called on Davis out front. His second foul, team's 10th.
And I want to see that again to see if maybe Pritchard didn't get close enough. That forced him to come out. He was just late coming over. That's all it was to it. Yeah, Pritchard went early.
So Butler back in, and Harding is back in. Davis goes out. 4:45 to go. Ipsaro across the timeline. Avoids the double team by getting it to Marambo. Bounce pass to Boltman. 17 to shoot. Marambo to the corner. He's going to go to work. Double team. Step through it. Feed Makai Cooper, who puts it up and in front of Harding. Makai Cooper in double digits with 10 points, and it's a 30-point lead for the Red Hawks.
I think he caught Harding flat-footed, didn't realize he could get up that high as Cooper went all the way up and just touched it against the square.
Pritchard down low, gives it to McMillan. His shot was down and out. Harding got it back, puts it up and in, and draws the foul. Marcus Harding, only his second field goal, his 5th point. The foul is on Bradley Dean. That'll be his 3rd, team's 10th. The and one coming up for the junior out of Toronto, Ontario, Marcus Harding.
Yeah, easy opportunity there for Harding. He was just battling against 2 Miami guards. Easily got position and grabbed the rebound. There's nothing Dean or Cooper could do in that position.
Free throw on the way and good. 6 in the game now for Harding. Ipsaro against the double team press. And a steal by Pritchard leaves it for Butler, who lays it up and in.
Yeah, that's a freshman mistake. Ipsaro's got to get rid of the ball right away when the double team's coming. Get it right to Boltman, and there you see Cooper do that. Now Boltman looking ahead for Ipsaro.
Redhawks break the press easily this time with 3:50 to go. And Tony Barbee says just play defense.
Yeah, here comes the double.
Here comes the double. And to the right side. Back out top to Cooper with 10 to shoot. Cooper will drive. Spins and throws it away as it knocked out of bounds by McMillan. There was nothing going to happen there anyway. That'll take us to the under 4 timeout. 3:29 to play in the basketball game. And the Miami Redhawks out in front, 76-51. Bradley Dean. A couple of big threes here in the second half, and he has 18 points for Miami.
You really can't overstate the Gecko's influence on culture.
He's got cartoons, breakfast cereals, the best advice.
Geico can help protect your home and what's in it.
When I see him helping people, I'm full of pride and joy.
He influenced an entire generation.
But the shoes are iconic. I'm getting married in these.
He's touched so many lives.
I mean, just look at us.
From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
This week, My Panera members enjoy 20% off any you pick 2. So when part of you wants crispy, crunchy, fresh, and part of you wants melty, smoky, peppery, both yous win big. Only at Panera. 20% off any you pick 2 exclusively for My Panera members.
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
College basketball on ESPN Plus is brought to you this afternoon by Skyline Chili. Feeling good? It's Skyline time. A look at the Miami University Shakerettes entertaining the crowd during the break, as the Redhawks have led by as many as 30 in this contest and look to be en route to their 13th win of the season and 7th conference win against a very good Chippewa team that just hasn't been very good today.
Yeah,
sometimes you have those days, I guess.
They just didn't come out with the fire.
At the buzzer, 3 is good for Darwishi Hunter. Only basket he's made all day long, and it's at the buzzer on a shot clock.
Yeah, and then you get that. There's not much else you can do, right? It's just one of those days for Central Michigan and one of those days for Miami. They almost whatever they put up, they can't miss right now.
79-51 as Pritchard on the drive has Potter on him. Will scoop it up and in. Just handles the ball so well and gets to the hole. That is 17 in the game for Pritchard. And the timeout will be taken here by Miami. 2:55 to play. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Miami has 1 remaining. Central Michigan with 2.
Well, you talk about handling the ball. It's handling it in traffic. That's the thing that I think sets him apart. There's a lot of guys that can dribble it well, but he does it in traffic so well, and that leads to his ability to get off shots in the lane. Doesn't matter what kind of shot. In that case, it was a scoop shot kind of under the 7-footer. He's just a difference maker on the floor when he's
Once he gets in the lane, he is so tough to stop because of his handle on the basketball. Let's take a look at where the Chippewas have to go. They are back at home at McGurk Arena on Tuesday night, as they'll host Ball State. Then they go for 2 on the road at Kent State and at Northern Illinois. And they will finish up at home in Mount Pleasant on March 8th against Eastern Michigan. And again, they're currently in 3rd place. They haven't clinched a berth in the tournament. This certainly won't help them, but they are more likely to clinch by far than Miami right now.
Yeah, and if they had come away with a win here, when you look at that schedule, they could make a run at first place in the MAC had they won this one. It's going to be much more difficult now, and they don't have a head-to-head with Akron.
Bradley Dean gets it to Boltman. Miami's got to hustle it across, and they do. Boltman, double team, will bounce that pass away. It's taken away, and there's Taylor taking it up, laying it up, missing.
Oh, that was on the rim.
That one's on the rim.
Yeah.
It's goaltending, and should belong to Miami. They're going to take a look at it to see who got a hand on it, because there were a couple of hands up there.
So we'll take a look. I think, we'll look at it one more time here from our cam at the backboard. You see the ball up on the rim. It looked like it was tipped by Central Michigan.
Yeah.
Looking at the statistics of this one, the two things that stand out is Miami shooting over 50% and dead eye from beyond the arc. 13 3-pointers for the Redhawks. And the other part of that, just 8 turnovers. So not only are they not missing, they're not giving the ball away freely to Central Michigan either.
Miami, 9 turnovers, 18 assists, 2-1.
Yeah. And there you see that tip on the rim.
And we've taken a look at it here, and it'll belong to Miami. No basket. Redhawks couldn't get it across the timeline that last opportunity. Inbounds to Dean. Back it'll go to Boltman. Ahead to Ipsaro. And across the timeline. 2.5 minutes to play. Ipsaro double team, triple teamed, and a foul will be called. There. See who we got here. It will go against Caden Vasco, his third. And Ipsaro to the free throw line for Miami. 3 of 4 from the line. He gets 2 chances here as both teams in the bonus.
Again, I think that time Ipsaro, he wanted the contact. He was trying to get into a position. He knew the double team was coming, and he can protect the ball so well. Was kind of wanting that contact to come. He's also a really good free throw shooter and chance for some free points.
Second one for the freshman out of Crestview Hills, Kentucky is on the way and good. Double-digit score with 13 in the game.
And off the bench again, but one of those, bench starters, really, right? I mean, he's one of those, what I call 8 starters that Miami has.
2:20 to go in the basketball game. McMillan out top. Pritchard not even in the game right now. Against the zone to the right corner, Rubio fires the 3 and hits it. Aiden Rubio with a 3. He's got 4 of those in the contest and 12 points.
But they haven't found him as much here in the second half, and I think Miami's done a pretty good job of reducing his open looks. But he shows you there, if you leave him open, he's going to make it more times than not.
So 2:09 to go. Central Michigan has 1 timeout remaining. And Brian Taylor will check in for Central Michigan. Redhawks will try and get the ball up the court here. Again, leading 81-56. Tony Barbee just looking up at the scoreboard and the stats. I can't imagine he's wondering how his team got here today, because this team has been playing much, much better basketball than what was played today.
Yeah, and I think part of it is credit Miami. I mean, they've come out and played well. They've shot the ball well, as we said. They haven't been turning it over. They just had a good game plan today. And if you're Miami, it's the same thing, right? How is this team not the same team that played Western Michigan on Tuesday?
Bryce Boltman gets it back to Bradley Dean with 5 to get it across, and does, and he's fouled. That one will go against Brian Taylor. And Dean to the free throw line for 2. He's 4 of 5.
I mean, this team's shooting 52% from the field, 58% from three-point range. Miami could buy a basket on Tuesday. So you just, that's what makes basketball so much fun and athletics in general, right? It's each matchup is different.
Miami's women's team won earlier today, and the men's team trying to make it the Saturday sweep here in Millett Hall.
Second straight Saturday.
Yeah, and actually both if you're a Miami fan, both teams had terrible performances on the weekday game on Tuesday night for the men at Western, and the women's team Wednesday at Toledo. But both have come out here at home on fire and are going to walk away with big victories. 28-point lead, 27-point lead for Miami, excuse me. Down low it goes. Harding puts his shoulder in, has the shot blocked, but they'll get Potter for a foul. His third. And it'll send Marcus Harding to the free throw line for 2. Junior out of Toronto misses the first.
And looking at Had Pritchard on the sideline. He's holding that right shoulder a little bit.
He's got some tape on it, so I think we will not see him anymore. Second one is up and good.
And you just hope that that's not something that's going to linger or get worse as the season progresses. Obviously, he's got that tape on there, but he was holding it a little bit, so it's not 100%.
And a whistle on the inbound, a foul against McMillan. His third, and it'll be Evan Ipsaro to the line on the other end, as Jackson Katecki came in during that last free throw.
Miami starting to go further down the bench.
6'9" freshman out of Chicago. He has seen some quality minutes this year. Yeah, they have lessened since Marambo came back in the second semester.
With Marambo not playing in the first half and Potter missing some time with an injury, Katecki really kept things going for them in the post along with Morris. And, he did yeoman's work there early in the year.
And Ipsaro makes them both. He's got 15 points. 85-57 Miami. Davis out top with it for Central Michigan. A zone by the Redhawks, 2-3 zone. Harding will leave it for Davis. Throws it to Vasco. 14 to shoot, a minute 34 to play. Vasco out top to Rubio. In the paint, it'll go to Davis. He'll put it on the floor to the basket. Off the glass, no good. Katecki with the rebound for Miami. And now the white jerseys pop up off the Miami bench, and they will come to the scorer's table and hopefully into the game at the next whistle. Timeout taken, and Travis Steele just wants to get the subs in. That'll be the final timeout. Hampton DeParis into the game, along with Blake Anderson and Eli Yofan, all into the game for Miami as Boltman, Makai Cooper, and Bradley Dean go out. And Taylor back into the game for Central as Harding goes out with 72 seconds to play, and Miami up by 28.
Yeah, Pissarro going to stay in there to run the point.
Yep. Right side, Eli Yofan for three. It's a bank shot, and it's good. They're all falling today. Eli Yofan for the triple. And a whistle.
I'm not sure what that was.
And the clock hadn't, the shot clock hadn't started.
Yep.
And we'll take a look at it again. Did he call bank? I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
The bank's open, and he deposited three. 53 seconds to go. Vasco on the drive to the left side. Rubio, he'll put it on the floor, spin to the baseline. Lobs it out to Vasco. Deep three left side is good for Caden Vasco, his first points of the day. 28-point advantage, 39 seconds to go.
About 11-second difference.
Yofan guarded by Rubio out top, and just going to run down the clock as far as we can here as Parra sets the screen for Yofan. He'll fire another three. It's an air ball and belongs to Central Michigan. Shot clock is off. 18.2 seconds to go. And Paul McMillan IV picks up the basketball. Works against Ipsaro to the basket. Off the glass, no good. Katecki another rebound. And Miami will dribble it out. And that will do it this afternoon. Outstanding day for the Miami Redhawks. And the Chippewas, who had been so good, got taken care of today. And give the Redhawks credit. Just outstanding shooting. Good defense. Don't take away anything from their defense because it was strong all day today, too. But it is tough to beat a team, Randy, when your shooting percentages are 52 from the field, 58 from three-point range, and 76.5 from the free throw line.
Well, I think offensively and defensively, they just took Central Michigan out of their game. They were forced to play Miami's game. They couldn't do it. Again, early foul trouble, I think, was part of that, but it wasn't the whole story. I mean, they still got some scoring from other players. And it was Miami's night. I mean, as you mentioned, there were some shots that just fell that you don't usually see, and credit their defense as well, taking Central Michigan out of the way that they like to run their offense.
Yeah, outstanding day for the Miami Redhawks. They'll improve to 13-14 on the season, 7-7 in conference play. while the Chippewas will drop to 16-11, 10-4 in Mid-American Conference play. That'll do it from Oxford, Ohio. An outstanding afternoon, doubleheader today, and Miami wins both games. Here in the final in the men's game, Miami